You need to stop living to people's expectations. You need to start living your life the way you love it. Hi besties, welcome and welcome back to my channel. My name is Mira. If you're new here, in today's video we are going to be discussing everything self-love. So if you see me look down, it means that I'm looking at my notebook. I did a couple of research about self-love, and I'm going to be sharing it with you guys what I feel self-love is, how to practice it, and also based on some of the research that I have made. When you hear the word self-love, what comes into your mind first? When I hear the word self-love, what comes into my mind is me and loving me. So what is self-love? Self-love is gaining an appreciation for yourself through the physical, emotional, spiritual support you provide yourself. I would say it is having a high regard for yourself. It is not sacrificing what you want, what you love for other people's well-being. How can we practice self-love? I have like a couple of tips that I have extracted and kept specially for you guys. So my first point is forgive yourself. Sometimes it feels like you should own yourself for something bad that has happened. It tends to make us lose the love that we have for ourselves. For example, something happened to somebody you care about and you're trying to hold yourself responsible for it. Imagine how it feels like not forgiving somebody else and then you're holding that grudge against that person. It feels so bad. Now imagine doing that to yourself. It is not fair. Learn to forgive ourselves, learn to forgive yourself, learn to get up from your mistakes and move on in life. Learn to admit that you are wrong and forgive yourself. That is the number one basic step to self-love. Another way to practice self-love is be mindful, be true to yourself. Let every goal that you set for yourself be what you really want. Be mindful. Keep in mind what you want and do what you want and not what other people want you to do, not what the society pushes to you. If you're mindful of yourself, it helps you to be clarified, like it helps you to find yourself. When you start doing what other people want, you tend to lose the love for yourself. You tend to appreciate yourself less. So you should learn to be mindful, be true to yourself, be whatever you want to be you, do you. Another basic step on how to practice self-love is acting on what you need and not what you want. So there is a difference between the need and the want. So you act basically on what you need and not what you want. First of all, you have to identify those things that makes you feel better, those things you feel you do that makes you feel good. You have to identify them. Identify with those things that makes you feel good, those things you do that makes you happy. Identify with those things and do them. When you are aware of what you need, it is a form of self-love. You know what you need and you get them. For example, you need water. I'm using water because I feel like water is essential. So if you're starving yourself of water, it's a form of not loving yourself, right? Go get it. Go get what you need. Identify those things that you need and then push through to it. Another basic step that I'm very sure that I've applied this to my life, like I've applied this step to my life, is setting boundaries. Setting your boundaries, you need to identify what is acceptable and what is not acceptable in your life. For example, there's this thing, there's something that you're doing that you know this is not what I want. You need to identify it and take it away from your life. You need to stop living to people's expectations. You need to start living your life the way you love it, like the way you feel you can live that life to your very best. You need to start living that way. So be able to identify those things that are acceptable in your life, those things that are meant to be in your life, and not what other people push to you. Step number 5, protect yourself. Protect yourself. Stand up for yourself. Communicate with people, interact with people that are beneficial to you, that contribute a lot to your life, that are supportive. So you have to interact with people that are supportive to you. Make sure that you identify those people that are not supportive, those people that are not contributing to your life, and pull them out, take them away. Forget fake friends, get rid of them. Always feel the need to show up for yourself. Always feel the need to stand up for yourself. Wherever you are, whatever you want to do, stand up for yourself, show up for yourself, like you will show up for your younger one or somebody that you love very much. If somebody you love is in trouble, you definitely would want to help the person out of that trouble. You want to show up for that person. For example, somebody you care about is being bullied. Of course, you show up for that person. I haven't seen a situation where two friends are together and one is being bullied. Of course, the other one will stand up for a friend, whether she's right or wrong. So show up for yourself. Make sure that you show up and stand up for yourself wherever you may be, whatever the case may be. The last but not the least step on how to practice self-love is practice self-care. Practice self-care. That involves your body. Take care of yourself. My God, you guys, take care of yourself. When you practice self-care, it gives you, there's a saying that when you look good, you feel good. So look good, practice self-care. Go into the shower, take a hot bath, do your skincare, do things that makes your body look loved by you. I used to be insecure about myself because I was usually thin, always looking at myself and putting out the thoughts that I am like this and I do not appreciate this thing about myself. I never cared. Like, I never practiced self-care. But when I started practicing self-care, when I started loving myself the more, I started becoming thicker. Like, I literally was like this. Like, I was so thin that people started complaining and asking me, like, are you sick? Are you ill? Like, I was wondering, like, what is wrong with me? But then when I took it off and I prayed, yeah, definitely manifestation comes through God, right? It comes from God. I believe that it comes from God. So when I prayed and I started loving myself more, I started doing things that makes me happy. I started seeing myself out of the box. So you have to practice self-care so that you can be out of that box. When people tend to tell you what to do, when people tend to control your life, you are in a box. Yes, you're definitely in a box. So when you start doing those things that you want to do, those things that you love to do, you're definitely getting out of that box. So you all practice self-care. I have given like 7 tips. I hope that you're going to be able to incorporate this into your daily life, your daily living, and tend and learn to love yourself the more. It's not just by waking up in the morning, taking your bath and going to work or combing your hair. Of course, that is self-care. But you have to first be kind to yourself. Be kind, be patient. I was patient. If I wasn't patient enough, of course, the self-love will not manifest. You have to be kind to yourself. You have to treat yourself tender. Love yourself and be compassionate to yourself. The way that you're going to do it to somebody that you care about. Of course, if somebody you care about is in pain, you will definitely want to try to bring that person out of that pain. So do that to yourself. I have given like 7 tips that I hope these tips are helpful to you. This is basically the end of this video. I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel and give this video a thumbs up. Share it to your friends, your family, and every other person that you feel this video is going to be helpful to. Don't forget to leave a comment if you have any self-care tips that you would love to share with everyone. With that being said, I am going to see all of you in my next video. Bye.